name's Charles LeVar, and I practice acupuncture, and I'm also an allergy elimination specialist. And my wife saw a poster one day for the Buteyko Center where it said that they treat asthma and allergies. And she thought, oh, competition for my husband. As a good wife, she made a phone call, ended up speaking to Thomas at the center, and he and his wife Sasha invited us for tea. So we came over for tea and had a nice, long, I don't know, it was about a 2-hour meeting with them, talking about the Buteyko practice. And we were so taken by them and by the practice that we decided to sign on for the course. We got into the Buteyko Breathe Less course, along with the lifestyles, which we took together and started practicing together. Now, for many years, I have been suffering from a respiratory disorder, which I have self-diagnosed as exercise-induced asthma. And when I look at the symptoms as a healthcare provider, that's exactly what it was, but it's been getting worse year by year for the last 10 plus years. I had CAT scans. The CAT scans suggested that I had chronic pulmonary interstitial fibrosis, which is ultimately a fatal disease. I didn't have any other symptoms of that, but I had this crackling in my lungs that my physician would listen to. They kept getting worse and worse and worse every year. Well, I started the Buteyko breath work, and then hiking up Overlook Mountain, my wife and I did what we were told to do, is stop breathing through our mouths. So huffing and puffing up the mountain like a couple of semi-disabled steam locomotives. We got to the top after breathing very carefully through our noses and exhausted, and came back down doing the same. And stayed with our practice 3 times a day, day in, day out. And within a couple of weeks, my symptoms, my asthma symptoms when I was hiking and biking were gone. They were just absolutely gone. We stayed with this, and one thing I noticed over the course of the next few weeks is my trousers got looser and looser. I went in for my physical in August, my annual physical. I'd been doing the breath work since June 24th. So it was roughly 2 months when I went into my physical. First thing that they noticed is that my blood pressure was down. The second thing that they noticed is that I had been 186 pounds last year at my physical, and 1 year later I was 168 pounds, and I was not trying to lose weight. It just happened. It's the only way I can describe it. It just happened. And my asthma symptoms were essentially gone. I would still get a little coughing from time to time. My control pause isn't really high enough to say that I'm totally cured, but I've been essentially symptom-free. And when my doctor listened to my lungs, his eyebrows went up. Now, this is not a guy who raises his eyebrows easily. He's very conservative, very smart, very well-educated physician. But his eyebrows went up, and I said to him, Doc, what's going on? He said, you know that crackling in your lungs? I said, yes. He said, it's gone. I said, you mean is that you just don't hear anything? He says, that's right, it's gone. I said to him, is that unusual? He said, it's not just unusual, it doesn't happen. And I said, guess what? It just did, and here's why. And I started explaining the Buteyko process to him, gave him the manual Buteyko for doctors, and now he's very interested in the whole thing. My wife and I are continuing to practice. Our practice has fallen off a little bit the last few weeks because we were in process of moving into our first house, which I hope to be doing a lot of Buteyko work in. And I don't know, my health keeps getting better and better. She went through a difficult patch during our transition time, approaching buying the house, actually buying it, moving into it. But now she's improving. She's lost a little weight, sleeping better, better energy. A lot of things that are subtle. Hers changes are more subtle than mine, but still good. And I just feel myself getting healthier and healthier. Haven't caught any of the respiratory stuff that's going around. No colds, no flus, no nothing. Digestion is great. I mean, I feel like I'm actually, well, I had a birthday at the beginning of November, and I feel like I'm getting younger. One thing that happened, I was in hospital last year in 2008 for about 10 days where they gave me steroids and lots of painkillers, including opiates, very strong drugs. And by the time I came out, I had severe cognitive dysfunction. I got better slowly over time, but never came back to where it was before I went in. And now my short-term memory is improving, my cognitive function is back, and then some. I'm really surprised at how much better I feel in any way you could imagine. So that's pretty much it. I'm looking forward to more and better things as time goes on.